Hey, federal employees, Shaun here. Some of you were asking, hey, what happened in the courtroom yesterday for that RIF case in California? Because there was an emergency hearing. So let me break it down in 3 minutes. But first, please double tap to support and share to get this word out to federal employees who are following this case. So the first thing to note is that nothing has happened on the key issue for most of you, which is whether the RIFs will remain paused. That's still at the Supreme Court, and we're still waiting to hear. But something did happen at the district court level, and employees of the Department of State and HUD in particular need to know. So first, remember, a federal judge in California, Judge Judge Illston, froze every Trump-era reduction force back on May 22nd. That preliminary injunction is still solid. Agencies can't move forward with mass layoffs until the courts say otherwise. Yesterday's hearing was about whether the State Department tried to sneak around that freeze. Unions showed emails stamped with the exact executive order number the judge blocked. They claim state is gearing up to cut 2,000 jobs on June 13th. Now, Justice Department lawyers said, no, essentially, this reorg started before the president's order, and it's outside of the injunction. The judge wasn't buying it, it seems. Her words, it appeared the state's plan is covered by her order, but she hasn't made up her mind yet. She gave the government a homework assignment, sworn evidence by June 9th, proving that the state's layoffs are truly unrelated and not covered. Then she set a follow-up hearing for next week, right before the notices and actions would go out. So translation, if the state can't convince her, those June 13th pink slips will be dead on arrival, effectively. She even warned that contempt penalties, think fines or forced reinstatement, are on the table for any agency that defies the freeze. A similar issue popped up at HUD. About 80 probationary employees were told that they were out, then abruptly unfired when lawyers flagged it. The judge will also decide whether that stunt violated her order. So meanwhile, the administration is begging the Supreme Court to pause the injunction. The briefs on that are due June 9th, so the justices could speak any day. Before then, after then, probably after then, though. If they grant a stay, the RIFs could continue, or they could keep them paused. So where does that leave you? RIFs are still on ice for now, but agencies are testing the edges. If you get a notice or hear rumors, you want to save every document. And many of you probably should talk to a qualified employment lawyer if you want to challenge this. Evidence, time-stamped emails, file names, executive order references can be very helpful. So please double tap if this helps clear things up. We're trying as best as we can. Share it with any coworker who's sweating layoffs and drop your questions in the comments. That will help us with future content. So thank you everybody for your support, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.